Welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. We're going to go through everything happening today in NHL and breaking news, injuries, hiring, milestone, and maybe a big news for the NHL. So don't go nowhere. Here we go. Welcome back to another daily breaking news NHL late last edition of the day for the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your Coach Frenchy, back in the house. We have a really full episode for you guys. We have a lot of things happening today, a lot of injuries around the league. You'll be surprised. And of course, a big news at the end of the show. You're going to be surprised about that news. So don't go nowhere. Watch the video all the way to the end. So let's start right away with the schedule of the day on Tuesday, March 9, 2021. We have 9 games on the program, 6 o'clock. Usually is a double NBC network night. So the New York Rangers is in Pittsburgh right now. And it's about 7 o'clock Eastern time. So we are live right now. It's after one period. It's New York Rangers 1, Pittsburgh 0. It's the first goal of the year, and also his first goal as a member of the New York Rangers. His first game of the year, also Jack Johnson scored for the Rangers. Then at 7 o'clock, we have a few games, honestly, a lot of games at 7 o'clock. It's an early night, to be honest with you. Last game is at 8:30, so you can see in front of you all this fun game we have. Of course, I'm going to follow in the next few minutes the Panthers and Columbus. And finally, a late letter also at the same time, but on another channel, I'm going to watch Winnipeg and Toronto. They are my two big games to watch tonight for me. So really big night in NHL with 9 different games. So the next news is about the waiver list. Today we don't have anybody on the waiver list, but yesterday we got Justin Darling and Colton Savior from Pittsburgh, and both of them are clear, so they are loaned to go to the Texas squad on their team respectively. Milestone, we have Barry Trotz, the head coach of the New York Islanders, is going to be the third coach with over 1,700 games behind the bench. He's going to join Kenville is a second, and also Scott Bowman, of course, he's the number one for game behind the bench. So another great milestone for Barry Trotz, and he's not done yet, like also Joel Kenville. So possible one of the two of them, maybe both of them, going to join one day. Scotty Bowman. Another big milestone is maybe this is the biggest of the day. Is going to get a little bit more news about him after tonight. Is Patrick Kane play his 1,000 game in NHL tonight, and he become the 353 player in NHL history to reach this milestone of 1,000. We know like a couple of days ago, matter of fact, was like Sunday, Keith Yandel for the Florida Panthers got also his 1,000 game in NHL. So it's an amazing, great milestone. And Kane at 32 years old just continues. He have an amazing, great year. He's second scorer in NHL with 38 points. So cannot ask him more. And maybe his best season so far. So just an amazing player, to be honest with you. Let's move on with a lot of injuries in the NHL. Let's go through this one. Is this a big one happening? Jack Eichel for the Buffalo Sabres will not play tonight due to an UBI. We call this now a UBI, is upper body injury. It's happening during the last game, so it'll be interesting how long he's going to be out of the lineup. So it's something we have to follow up. The second injury is coming for the Carolina Hurricanes, and it's a defenseman, Jake Gardiner. I'm sorry about the misspelling there. Will not play tonight due to an upper body injury, like also, but him is about his problem. We have a couple of problems with his back, and again, we don't know no timeline about his injury. He played the last game against the Panthers Sunday. Came back from an injury. Maybe that's the same. He's just now, not feel good. So we'll see happening. The next injury is coming for this is a big one over there is Darcy Kuemper for the Coyotes. Got hurt yesterday, left the game during the game against the Colorado Avalanche, and now we talk about maybe a couple of weeks. So it'll be interesting to see the development about his situation, and that would be a really big blowout for the Coyotes. We know they have another great goaltender, Andy Ranta, but at some point they will need help, of course, because game after night game, so it's not easy to get only one goaltender carry on the load. The next one is coming. This another big one again. It's like I said, a lot of big name injuries today. It's the captain for the Nashville Predator, Roman Josi. He's a weeks to weeks now for the Predator with a UBI. He's not on the lineup, not play tonight, and nothing else we heard about that situation. And would be interesting to follow with this. And again, is maybe the best defenseman ever. Remember, the Nashville does not play right now with Rand Ellis. So we talk about the two of the best three defensemen they have on the lineup. So it will be really difficult for Nashville the next couple of weeks for sure. We have a new big news. This is the big news I want to talk about. It's not confirmed. It's a Chris Johnson from Canada and a Sportnet mentioned that part of it. Look like the NHL ESPN reached a 7-year US broadcast deal, but not confirmed by anyone yet. So it'll be really interesting the next couple of days to follow up with this big development. Again, we know already ESPN stream a lot of game in NHL. So they bring a lot of game on ESPN Plus. If you're a member like I am, you can watch the game there. There's a couple of games in NHL there. So I'm not sure it's going to be only on the streaming, or is it really a contract like NBC? We know the NBC contract is over, done after this season. It was a contract of $200 million. So it'll be really interesting. We know now NBC shut down their channel, Sportnet, and everybody's going to move on the USA network. That's what a rumor we heard. So I don't want to start anything else, but that's what I heard. So really a story to follow to hear more about the ESPN. And finally, the Pittsburgh Penguins just, this is a great news after yesterday, the International Women's Day, to hear about that one over there. The Penguins have named Katerina whatever his last name, right? Apologize for that. It's a funny one. As data scientists and the team hockey operation department, all about analysis and the analytic, everything like that. We know it is how important it is now, all the data, video, and analytic for the team. It's an extra tools, and there are more people. Some team have 2-3 people only working on the analytic, everything like that. So will be interesting. So don't ask me to mention her last name again. That's a funny one. But at the end of the day, now I did not bring to you this news. It's not, but I want to mention to you the NHL draft. It should be confirmed. They're not changing the date. It's going to be in July 2021. So after the season, you should have the draft over there. Now they talk about a new formula, a couple of change about the formula. It's not confirmed. They have to be proposed this on the next meeting, GM, everything like that. Like only like an example, like two team, one team cannot recruit, cannot be the first pick, a round pick during a period of five years, everything like that. So more news going about this news going to happening the next couple of days. We'll mention this to you. But before we leave, we want to mention to you, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also on the Facebook page under Hockey Nation Live Show. This is where you're going to get all the information like you do right now about the NHL. We try to bring everything we can. We have a daily show every day, Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock Eastern Time with my co-host, Michael De Villano. And we try to bring the best we can. I do also the preview and post-game for two teams, the Montreal Canadiens and the Florida Panthers. And I try to bring also those videos on the daily about all this fun news, NHL. Plus the Monday, we have the power ranking. And Tuesday, we have the Club 5, like today, about the the hot and cold, and for the team and players. So that gave us an idea what we do on the Hockey Nation Live Show. The only way we can survive, the only way we can have a good time here is because of you. Don't forget to subscribe and mention to us. So don't hesitate to reach us. And plus my Twitter account under Coach Frenchy 10X. So you have all the information to reach us. Thanks again to watching us. And like what we like to do at the end of each video, because you are, and remember, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great night, everybody.